아직 날 사랑하니 내 마음과 같다면 오늘은 떠나지 마. 굳이 너여야만 하는 이유 묻지 마. 그저 내 곁에 stay with me. It goes a little something like la 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 la. 지금 당장 나는 널 말하는 게 아니야. 그저 내 곁에 stay with me. It goes a little something like la 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 la. 대놓고 뺐지 너무래도 칼로 무배기 두 손엔 가득한 fat checks 궁금하면 해봐 fact check 눈 높인 꼭대기 물 만난 물고기 좀 톡해 난 toxic 유혹해 I'm foxy 두 번 생각해 흔한 남들처럼 착한 척이 못하니까 착각하지 마 쉽게 웃어주는 건 날 위한 거야 아직은 잘 모르겠지 그저 원하면 test me 넌 불 보듯이 뻔해 만만한 걸 원했다면 I'll wait till I do what I hit you with that do-do-do-do oh yeah oh yeah hit you with that do-do-do-do oh yeah oh yeah Blackpink 지금 내가 걸어가는 거린 Blackpink four-way 사거리 동서남북 사방으로 running 이는 버킷리스트 싹 다 버려 널 당기는 것도 멀리 피는 것도 제 멋대로 하는 bad girl 조금 싫어하고 누가 뭐라 하던 with a bass drop it's another banger 두 번 생각해 흔한 남들처럼 착한 척은 못하니
Total. Do more for your whole mouth.
You got the feeling that
Gentle means everything, so we improved everything. We used 50% fewer ingredients, added one-handed pumps, and beat the top safety standards. The new Johnson's. Choose gentle.
We're down at Planet Fitness. Isn't that the place with the cardio machines and the TVs? Don't wait, bro.
Good, because we're a place for everyone else. Planet Fitness.
Join for only 25 cents down and $10 per month through February 12th.
Building a better bank starts with looking at something old and saying, really? So we built Capital One Cafes. With savings and checking accounts you can open from here in 5 minutes. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Hi, I'm Bob Harper, and I recently had a heart attack. It changed my life, but I'm a survivor. After my heart attack, my doctor prescribed Brilinta. It's for people who have been hospitalized for a heart attack.
Brilinta is taken with a low-dose aspirin, no more than 100 milligrams, as it affects how well Brilinta works. Brilinta helps keep platelets from sticking together and forming a clot. In a clinical study, Brilinta worked better than platelets.
Brilinta reduced the chance of having another heart attack or dying from one.
Don't stop taking Brilinta without talking to your doctor, since stopping it too soon increases your risk of clots in your stent, heart attack, stroke, and even death. Brilinta may cause bruising or bleeding more easily, or serious, sometimes fatal bleeding. Don't take Brilinta if you have bleeding, like stomach ulcers, a history of bleeding in the brain, or severe liver problems. Slow heart rhythm has been reported. Tell your doctor about bleeding, new or unexpected shortness of breath, any planned surgery, and all medicines you take.
If you recently had a heart attack, ask your doctor if Brilinta is right for you. My heart is worth Brilinta.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Hey, does anyone have a charger? We're dying.
Yeah, just down here.
I'm dying.
Oh no, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Combine the right things, and something amazing happens. That's our inspiration for Fancy Feast medleys. Wild salmon primavera tastes amazing. Also in pate, Fancy Feast medleys.
This is a Channel 7 Eyewitness News Brief.
Good morning. It is 7:23 on this Tuesday, February 12th. I'm Shirley Nalica. We've got an AccuWeather alert for the winter storm that's moving in. Meteorologist Jeff Smith joins us with the update. Jeff?
And we have winter storm warnings in effect, Shirley, north and west of I-287 right through early tomorrow morning. It's a winter weather advisory elsewhere right through midnight tonight, including New York City. See snowfall working its way into central parts of New Jersey, although you're already getting rain down over parts of the Jersey Shore, especially over Ocean County, where you're just above the freezing mark. But well below freezing from the city and especially points north. So initially supporting that snowfall developing during the next several hours, making roads, making sidewalks slippery, especially if they're untreated. You see by noontime and especially by early this afternoon, changing over to sleet and freezing rain. By the evening commute, it's probably raining from New York City south and east. Still getting some major icing, though, to the north and west before that changeover. 1 to 3 inches. City, Long Island, Jersey Shore. 3 to 6 inches north and west of I-287. Shirlene?
All right, Jeff. And a state of emergency is in effect right now in New Jersey as this storm moves in. The snow is expected to make roads and sidewalks slick, and officials are urging drivers to use caution throughout the day. There is also concern about ice, which could weigh down power lines and tree branches, leading to blackouts. If your power goes out, notify your power company immediately so crews can respond. New York City leaders say they are ready for the storm. City sanitation workers are now on 12-hour shifts, and the department has prepared nearly 700 salt spreaders and 1,000 plows. Officials are urging people to use mass transit and stay off the roads if possible. All city public schools will be open today. When we come back, we will take a look at your morning commute.
This Channel 7 Eyewitness News Brief is sponsored by Qatar Airways, going places together.
Hello, I'm Allie Main. Thank you for being here tonight to honor my husband. He wrote a song for me. I'd like to sing it for him tonight. Thank you. Tell me something, boy.
You write songs or anything?
I don't sing my own songs. Almost every single person has told me that my nose is too big and that I won't make it.
I think you're beautiful.
Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore?
We're far from the shallow now.
Rated R.
Craig Ferguson and Natasha Leone next live.
New this morning, police are searching for the gunman in a deadly drive-by shooting in Flushing, Queens. Police say it happened around 2:30 this morning on Fowler Avenue. They say the victim was sitting in an SUV when the killer pulled up in a car and shot the 31-year-old man several times. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Right now, police are searching for the killer. And now for a check on the commute, here's Heather.
And Charlene, let's talk about what's happening on the east side of town. FDR Drive south at 116th Street. You're going to find a crash and lots of delays behind it. Here we go with the Harlem River Drive right near 127th Street. FNG trains, brakes activated at Ditmas Avenue, causing delays. Cross Bronx East, right near Webster Avenue. We do have a crash. Path trains, Hoboken at 33rd. You're dealing with delays. Back to you, Charlene.
All right, Heather, thank you for that. Good morning, America. We'll continue after the break.
A whole new way to shop. Plus, it is steak night. Next Rachel.
The most epic, the most thrilling, the most awarded, with the best stagecraft on earth. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. More tickets on sale now.
So, you finally got FiOS, huh? Yep. Wanna know what the best part about it is? Gaming with less lag? Nope. Watching movies in 4K? Nope. The best part about it is, right now, my mom is streaming classes, my dad is streaming games. And because the fiber optic network gives you insane speed and capacity, they don't have to ask you to get offline. Exactly. You owe me so big time.
100% fiber optic network, 100% phenomenal. Switch to FiOS Gigabit connection with a 2-year agreement and get a Netflix premium plan on us for a year.
My heart was pounding, my throat closes, it's very hard to breathe. I just feel uncomfortable all over. I mean, you really feel right here in your neck, everything boom, 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 and tightening up. Oh, I'm glad I made the decision to have the procedure at Valley. I couldn't go on the way I was. I was really not living at that point. I was laying on the couch, and laying on the couch is not living. After the procedure, I am feeling so much better and back to being able to participate with everything. I'm back to living.
Singular, extraordinary, unforgettable. It leaves you gasping in wonder at the magic of it all. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. More Broadway tickets on sale now. Believe the hype. It's just that good.
Now, we're bringing you all the ways to get what you need. Target run and done. Never Ending is now even better at Olive Garden. All new Never Ending stuffed pasta starting at $12.99. Pick your favorite stuffed pasta, sauce, and topping. It's all Never Ending. All new Never Ending stuffed pastas, only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
On February 22nd, experience the feel-good comedy of the year.
It's a unique sensation.
So don't worry about being the next me. Be the first you.
Hey, you can't just hang out with The Rock.
Fighting with my family. Rated PG-13.
Gentle means everything. So we improved everything. We used 50% fewer ingredients, added one-handed pumps, and beat the top safety standards. The new Johnson's. Choose gentle.
Searching for a way to help stop your cold sore? Only Abreva can get rid of it in as little as 2.5 days when used at the first sign. Abreva starts to work immediately to block the virus and protect healthy cells. Abreva acts on it so you can too.
Welcome back to GMA. That is Blackpink's smash hit music video.
What's the name of that song, Michael?
Da-da-da. Yeah, that's right. It's getting hundreds of millions of views out there. A lot of kids are lined up here in Times Square to see the K-pop sensations. And they're going to make their U.S. morning TV debut this morning right here with us. And that is outside. It's an incredible crowd here to see them. And that's all coming up in our next hour. You cannot, the rain, the snow, the cold cannot keep them away. They
were here overnight, too. It's pretty remarkable. Dedicated fans.
They were very disappointed when they saw me get out of the car this morning. We have a lot to get to, including these top headlines we're following right now. Those major winter storms hitting coast to coast. Seattle seeing record snowfall, their 4th snowstorm in just a week. Midwest getting hit right now by another storm that's barreling east, and there are more than 1,600 flight cancellations, hundreds of delays. Schools closed on both coasts. And overnight, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle struck a possible deal to prevent another government shutdown. Democrats and Republicans reached an agreement on border security, but it doesn't fully fund the president's wall. So the big question now, will the president sign it?
All right, we turn now to something we've been talking about all morning long, growing backlash over the Cleveland Browns' decision to sign running back Kareem Hunt, who was cut from the Chiefs back in December after he was caught on video shoving and kicking a woman. Well, now the Browns say he deserves a second chance. ABC's TJ Holmes is here with reaction. Not everyone agrees, TJ.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us, Robach, believe in second chances. The question here is if Kareem Hunt deserves a second chance just 72 days after we see video of him shoving a woman to the floor and then kick her as she tries to get up. Well, the Cleveland Browns say, yes, he deserves a second chance. A lot of people are saying, no, the NFL hasn't changed a bit.
This is the video that cost Kareem Hunt his job. The Kansas City Chiefs cut their superstar running back just hours after this TMZ Sports video came to light late last year, showing Hunt shoving, then kicking a woman. Now, just over 2 months later, Hunt is being given another chance in the NFL. The Cleveland Browns have signed Hunt to a 1-year, $1 million deal.
After doing our research, extensive research, analyzing the situation, we came to the conclusion that, you know what, I'm willing to help a man on a second chance moving forward to be a better person.
Reaction was swift. Many wondered if it was too soon. One writing, "I'm in favor of second chances, but the guy should have to serve some time out of the league first." Hunt has been placed on the commissioner's exempt list. That means he won't be allowed to play, practice, or even be at team facilities until the NFL finishes its investigation. Still, many say Cleveland's move sends the wrong message that talent trumps all. Others continue to question how the NFL handles players accused of violence. "I think you should get second chances for a lot of things. Hitting women isn't one of them."
I don't care what the press release says. They're all looking at it from a football standpoint, and they believe that Kareem Hunt could help a young football team be better.
Hunt was an NFL star. He led the league in rushing in 2017, his rookie season, and was named to the Pro Bowl. He was on his way to another stellar season in 2018 before the video became public. In an interview on ESPN after his release from the Chiefs, Hunt took responsibility for his actions and apologized to the victim.
"It don't really matter what happened. I was in the wrong."
Hunt apologized again in another statement released by the Browns, saying, "What I did was wrong and inexcusable. I am committed to following the necessary steps to learn and to be a better and healthier person from this situation." When the NFL finishes its investigation, it's expected the league will suspend Hunt under its personal conduct policy.
Now, that incident on video, even though we only saw it a couple of months ago, it was a year ago. And in that incident, he was never charged in that. He was never arrested at all. And now he has been in counseling, alcohol counseling, anger management, and he's going through that, has a regimen he has to go through. But he is, as we speak, still back in the league.
And you're saying at the end of the investigation, almost certain to be suspended?
Almost certain. There are some, including our Adam Schefter, over our insider at ESPN, said this could be up to a 10-game suspension. The league can now suspend for 6 games. They changed their personal conduct policy after the whole Ray Rice incident. At least 6 games, but he thinks it could possibly be even more. So he's going to have to sit. Cleveland knows this already, but they think it was worth the investment.
Well, I'm pretty sure Cleveland looked and said somebody else is going to take a chance. We might as well be the one to jump in. But 72 days after you watch that video.
But you say this is he's a stellar football player.
He's a great football player.
Basically boils down to.
And as it was in that piece, talent trumps all in regards.
But that's part of the problem that people complain about.
We have been having is that talent should not. It's not a matter of Kareem Hunt. I think second chances, getting better, I think all of that is great. But it seems so quickly that they made a move that it didn't matter. Even we see on video what he was doing and admitted to doing. We won't even give it a minute. We're going to go ahead and take this chance, and it's worth it because of talent.
Well, they took it because if they didn't do it, somebody else would have moved in and got him and said, well, we got this great player regardless of his past, but we got him before everybody else could jump in on it.
Okay. TJ, thanks very much.
Yeah,
We're going to move on now to that young Massachusetts woman who has now been jailed after a court upheld her conviction for urging her teenage boyfriend to kill himself in a series of text messages. Gio Benitez back with that story. Hey, Gio.
Hey, George. Prosecutors had argued that she caused his death by telling him to get back in the car, which was filled with toxic carbon monoxide, even though they say he did not want to die. This morning, the woman who urged a young man to commit suicide is waking up behind bars 5 years after his death.
Ms. Carter will now be taken into custody.
Michelle Carter showing no emotion as she was led away. The judge sentencing her to more than a year in jail, the highest court in Massachusetts upholding her conviction. Carter was just 17 and Conrad Roy 18 when he took his own life by filling his truck with carbon monoxide in 2014. The key evidence, dozens of text messages showing Carter pushed Roy to end his life. And when he hesitated, she kept pushing. Roy texting her, "I'm freaking out again. I'm overthinking." Carter responding, "I thought you wanted to do this. The time is right and you're ready. You just need to do it." At one point, as Roy's truck was filling with carbon monoxide, he got out, but Carter called him and convinced him to get back in the truck. Prosecutors pointing out during the trial that Carter listened in on the phone for 20 minutes while Roy cried in pain and took his last breaths. Sentenced to 15 months in jail, Carter is now being held in the same Massachusetts facility where former NFL player Aaron Hernandez was held while on trial for murder. And Carter's defense attorney says that this case legally is not over and that they fully intend to file an appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court. Of course, we don't even know if the Supreme Court would take this case.
It's horrifying to hear those details again.
Disturbing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, coming up, everybody, we have the teens who are fighting back against their families to get vaccinations.
Tran Pure Leaf Tea Master. I was inspired by nature's finest ingredients to create a new take on tea. Introducing naturally caffeine-free Pure Leaf Herbal Iced Tea. A refreshing combination of juicy peach flavor and hibiscus. Crafted just for you. New Pure Leaf Herbals. Iced tea blooming with flavor and naturally caffeine-free.
Ashley Home Store's President's Day mattress sale starts right now. For a limited time, get an Ashley Sleep Queen mattress and power base starting at just $4.99. Shop and save today, only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store, Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Gentle means everything, so we improved everything. We used 50% fewer ingredients, added one-handed pumps, and beat the top safety standards. The new Johnson's. Choose gentle.
You got the feeling that I want to feel. It's in the way you talk. It's in the way you touch.
Do you believe in romance? Romance, the fragrance by Ralph Lauren.
We're down at Planet Fitness. Isn't that the place with the cardio machines and the TVs? No way, bro.
Good, because we're a place for everyone else. Planet Fitness.
Join for only 25 cents down and $10 per month through February 12th.
You've got your own car with your own insurance.
Thanks, Steph. No more driving that old hand-me-down.
Surprise! No, I'm not gonna get a date in this.
We had a lot of great dates in this car.
No, ew.
Prestige creams not living up to the hype. One jar shatters the competition. Olay Regenerist hydrates skin better than creams costing over $100, $200, and even $400. Fact check this ad in Good Housekeeping. Olay.
To most, he's Phil Mickelson, pro golfer. To me, he's, well, Dad. So when his joint pain from psoriatic arthritis got really bad, it scared me. And what could that pain mean?
Joint pain could mean joint damage. Enbrel helps relieve joint pain, helps stop irreversible joint damage, and helps skin get clearer. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections. Serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have had hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu.
Since Enbrel, Dad's back to being Dad.
Visit Enbrel.com and use the joint damage simulator to see how your joint damage could be progressing.
Ask about Enbrel. Enbrel. FDA approved for over 16 years.
The Favorite has been nominated for 10 Academy Awards.
We won! Oh, it is not over. Oh, I did not know that.
Do it again! I'd like to enjoy the music now.
Don't miss the Best Picture of the Year. The Favorite, rated R, now playing.
We are back now with the family feuds erupting over vaccines. Some teens are now taking on their parents, fighting to get the shots they never received when they were younger. This as cases of the measles and mumps spread across the country. According to the CDC, so far this year, there are 101 cases of the measles in 10 states and 58 cases of the mumps in 18 states. Lindsay Davis is here with more. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Michael. This is a complicated one. Here's the basic premise. A teenager who feels that they have to defy their parents in order to undergo what they consider to be potentially life-saving measures, such as the story of Ethan Lindenberger.
For Ethan Lindenberger, turning 18 was all about liberation, not that of a typical teen focused on college or voting, but the emancipation he sought was all about the right to get vaccinated.
I saw that my situation was a little more unique than I had, come to believe.
After his mother learned she could opt out, she chose to never give the Ohio teen any vaccines, which is why he took to Reddit to figure out how, writing, "My parents think vaccines are some kind of government scheme. I've had countless arguments over the topic, but because of their beliefs, I've never been vaccinated for anything. God knows how I'm still alive." That post went viral. His mother says his choice to get vaccinated was difficult to accept.
The hardest thing for me was the shock
of him choosing to immunize.
But it sparked a lot of discussion within the family.
My oldest daughter is absolutely against vaccinations. My 14-year-old is also against it. And my 16-year-old says, I want to do more research. Opening our eyes to what is there, I think is great.
There's a distinguishing difference between disagreeing with a parent and trying to disobey them out of spite.
But Ethan is not alone. Other teens have also posted on Reddit looking for similar answers, taking their health into their own hands.
I definitely have received messages and I've had people contact me that are in a similar situation where they want to pursue vaccinations and their parent or authority figure doesn't believe it's right and that's not a good decision, and how they approach that situation.
While most states do require permission from parents for any medical procedures, in at least 7 states, a relatively new legal concept called the mature minor doctrine allows teens to petition to make their own medical decisions. As measles and mumps outbreaks grow across the country, experts stress vaccinations are key.
It's incredibly effective, 97% effectiveness with 2 doses of the vaccine, which is what's recommended for children, and it's inexpensive.
As for Ethan, he says that getting vaccinated was the right choice for him, and that he's also speaking out for the health of his siblings.
When it comes to allowing children under 18 to vaccinate without an adult's consent, that's up to individual states. Federal health officials say the vaccine for measles, mumps, and rubella has been proven to be safe and effective. They say if you do not vaccinate your children, you're putting others at risk.
Yeah. More about the community, not just your kids.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Lindsay. Coming up next, we have the Super Bowl for show dogs.
Oh, the other one.
There's Burns.
This is a better one.
Charles Dickens.
I'm mildly obsessed with numbers. So I started with the stats regarding my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Like how Humira has been prescribed to over 300,000 patients, and how many patients saw clear or almost clear skin in just 4 months, the kind of clearance that can last. Humira targets and blocks a specific source of inflammation that contributes to symptoms. Numbers are great, and seeing clear skin is pretty awesome too. That's what I call a body of proof.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Want more proof? Ask your dermatologist about Humira. This is my body of proof.
Oh, Milk, am I willing to pay the price for loving you? You'll make my morning, but ruin my day.
Complicated relationship with milk? Pour on the Lactaid, 100% real milk, just without that annoying lactose.
That's good.
I hear it in the background. She's watching it too, saying, and this is where...
Here we go. See you next week.
I've never seen that before.
The JCPenney Valentine's Day sale, there's more to love. Take an extra 20% off with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. And get up to 70% off fine jewelry after coupon. Or for $25, shop diamond jewelry or a Sephora Favorites perfume sampler. Great gifts, sweet prices. JCPenney.
With Advil Liquid Gels, you'll ask, what's stiff joints? What bad back? Advil is relief that's fast, strength that lasts. You'll ask,
what pain?
With Advil Liquid Gels.
I got a certain way I like to do things. I like Consumer Cellular. I get unlimited talk and text for just $25 a month with no contract. They received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service again.
And Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, so we trust them. Reliable nationwide coverage for way less money? That's the way
we like it.
Get wireless the way you like it. Call, go online, or find us at Target.
Here, every day is a snow day. Trade pajama pants for insulated ones. Escape to Blue Mountain Resort in the Pocono Mountains, where woohoos are always on your lips. Pocono Mountains. Book your Blue Mountain Resort getaway today.
I know about suffering, and I know that it ends. Remember, love is what brought you here. Trust it all the way.
Rated R.
We are back now with the most polished pups in the world, descending in New York, on New York, to go head-to-head at Westminster trying to win top dogs. So far, 4 dogs have advanced to the final round. More will compete today and tonight, and then the winner will be crowned. And ABC's Janae Norman is here with the ones to watch. Good morning, Janae.
Good morning. So obviously you guys know how big of a deal this is. Thousands of dogs taking over the Big Apple as the best of the best purebreds vie for top dog at Westminster Dog Show. Finalists across 7 groups based on breed compete tonight in the grand finale to be crowned best in show.
New York City's first ever spectator sport, the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show.
More than 2,800 canines from 203 breeds over 2 days.
It's like the Kentucky Derby of dog shows. You know, it's what everybody strives for as an owner or a breeder or an exhibitor. It's the show of shows.
Competing for top dog tonight at the 143rd Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. Backstage in the benching area, these dogs have been prepping and primping for hours. We're talking blow drying, bathing, brushing, and more brushing, and it all comes down to 2 minutes in the ring.
When the judge goes over the dog, you'll see them put their hand.
Two minutes in the ring.
When the judge goes over the dog, you'll see them put their hand down like this to look for a well-defined stop, and they're going to look for a wide, capacious head. And this is why you just tease the head to make it look a little bigger.
The fierce and fluffy competition, rough for some pups. The thousands of competitors whittled down to just 7 of our best 4-legged friends. Already stepping up their paw game and moving to the next round is Burns, the long-haired dachshund hound, snagging first place in the hound group.
I think you did wonderfully.
And Bono, who had a beautiful day Monday when this little Havanese won out of the toy group. He moved in mysterious ways that wowed the judges.
The Havanese has it.
While 4 of our 7 furry friends are making it to the finals, 3 more will still be named today.
And the 3 that are still up for grabs are sporting group, working group, and terrier group. Anything is possible in those. I had to get a dog pun in, guys.
You had a few in there. I like how Bono was having a beautiful day.
Right.
Yeah,
so a lot to look forward to with that. People just love those dogs.
Definitely. Beautiful.
Thanks, Janae. All right, and the winner, by the way, of Westminster will be live right here in Times Square tomorrow, so a lot to look forward to. And speaking of live in Times Square, look who's here now. K-pop sensation Blackpink about to make their American morning TV debut.
Stand up to chronic migraine with Botox. What if you had fewer headaches and migraines a month? Botox prevents headaches and migraines before they even start. Botox is for adults with chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox injections take about 15 minutes in your doctor's office and are covered by most insurance.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
With the Botox Savings Program, most people with commercial insurance pay nothing out of pocket. Talk to your doctor and visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com to enroll.
Before people invite something new into their homes, they want to know who you are. We're Almond Breeze, and we only use California-grown Blue Diamond almonds in our almond milk, cared for by our family of almond growers. Blue Diamond Almond Breeze. The best almonds make the best almond milk.
Now, who wants to take a ride?
Take Bohemian Rhapsody home tonight on Blu-ray.
Gentle means everything. So we improved everything. We used 50% fewer ingredients, added one-handed pumps, and beat the top safety standards. The new Johnson's. Choose gentle.
Allergies with sinus congestion and pressure? You won't find relief here. Go to the pharmacy counter for powerful Claritin D. While the leading allergy spray only relieves 6 symptoms, Claritin D relieves 8, including sinus congestion and pressure. Claritin D relieves more.
Ashley Home Store's President's Day mattress sale starts right now. For a limited time, get an Ashley Sleep Queen mattress and power base starting at just $4.99. Shop and save today, only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store, Ashley Home Store. This is home.
I'm a close talker, so I was excited about all new Colgate Total. Its breakthrough formula does more.
Wonderful.
Sensitivity, strengthens teeth, it kills germs through my whole mouth.
I like your confidence.
Thanks, Mr. Lee. Now there's no such thing as too close.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Okay.
All new Colgate Total. Do more for your whole mouth.
Well, here's to first dates. You look amazing.
And you look amazingly comfortable.
When your V-neck looks more like a U-neck, that's when you know it's half washed. Try Downy fabric conditioner. Unlike detergent alone, Downy helps prevent stretching by conditioning and smoothing fibers. So clothes look newer, longer. Downy, and it's done.
Coming up here on GMA, how George Clooney is defending Duchess Meghan. Plus, Blackpink. I don't know if you saw what I'm wearing here, but one of the biggest bands in the world is here live. You do not want to miss their performance. There's so many people outside. This segment has been sponsored by Colgate. Your local news and weather is coming up next.
Okay, we're going live in 10, Howard.
All across the nation.
Bryan Cranston, Network, on Broadway through April 28th only.
It's so simple. The main ingredient is food. ShopRite introduces Wholesome Pantry. It's free from 110 artificial ingredients, including artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives. New Wholesome Pantry, only from ShopRite. It's so simple.
This year, one filmmaker fearlessly wakes up America with the truth.
You're Jewish. Doesn't that Klan piss you off?
Of course it does.
And why are you acting like you ain't got skin in the game?
Wake up to what the New York Times hails as a stunning tour de force, a brilliant confrontation with the truth.
America first.
Wake up to what Time Magazine raised as the movie we need now. BlacKkKlansman is now nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Director Spike Lee and Best Picture of the Year. BlacKkKlansman, rated R.
Good Morning America is sponsored by Colgate.
As of today, we are all officially working together.
As a team.
Led by me.
Whiskey Cavalier premieres February 27th on ABC.
This is a Channel 7 Eyewitness News Brief.
Good morning. It is 7:56 on this Tuesday, February 12th. I'm Shirley Nalica. We are under an AccuWeather alert this morning. New York City public schools are open, but dozens of other districts are closed. Sanitation workers are now on a 12-hour shift in the city, and the department has prepared nearly 700 salt spreaders and 1,000 plows. Officials are urging people to use mass transit and stay off the roads if possible. Right now, New Jersey is under a state of emergency as the storm moves in. And let's get a check on that forecast with meteorologist Jeff Smith.
Yeah, we have snow quickly overspreading the area right now from southwest to northeast. It'll be beginning in New York City probably within the next few minutes. 29 right now in the park, so if anything, that temperature has fallen. That concerns me because as soon as that snow comes in, it's going to start making roads and sidewalks slick, especially mid to late morning. That'll mix with sleet and freezing rain by early this afternoon and change over to rain late New York City and the coast, but continued as ice north and west. Now, before the changeover, about 1 to 3 inches. City, Long Long Island, down over northern parts of the Jersey Shore. 3 to 6 inches before the changeover north and west of I-287, where we have winter storm warnings in effect. You get ice well into the evening hours of tonight, and a really rough evening commute north and west of the city. So it's an AccuWeather alert today. Very windy tomorrow. 42, warming up by later on in the week, warming up enough so we get rainfall in here by later Friday, about 53. Shirlene?
All right, Jeff, thank you for that. And let's get a check on how the commute's shaping up with Heather.
Shirley, we do have this problem if you're going through Brooklyn, Brighton Beach Avenue, both ways between 13th and 14th Avenues. That is an overturned vehicle path. Trains delays between Hoboken and 33rd Street. New Jersey Transit has canceled 6 trains this morning. The Deegan going north, the ramp to the Cross Bronx Expressway. There's a stall there. FDR drives south at 116th Street. Crash has been cleared. Ronkonkoma branch has delays. Alternate side of the street parking rules are suspended, but the metered rules are in effect. Shirlene, over to you.
All right, thank you for that, Heather. Good Morning America will continue after the break.
Next live, Craig Ferguson, Natasha Lyonne, and...
Let's synchronize our watches to Hollywood time.
February 25th is Live's After Oscars show.
Watch live
this morning at 9 on ABC 7.
Life is complicated. Choosing a healthcare provider doesn't have to be.
That's why I choose a nurse practitioner for my family's primary care.
My NP is accessible and takes the time to listen. I love my NP.
Our NP orders tests, makes the correct diagnoses, and prescribes the medications we need.
My name is David, and I choose an NP.
My name is Molly, and we choose NPs.
Consider an NP. Visit WeChooseNPs.org to learn more.
Cold War has now been nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Foreign Language Film, Best Director, and Best Cinematography. Critics hail its immaculate, stunning, and a masterpiece. It's flawless. Rated R for your consideration. Now playing in select theaters.
Umbrella or shovel? You know just what you need with the Eyewitness News AccuWeather Winter Forecast.
Still very cold.
Lee Goldberg, Jeff Smith, and Amy Freeze use AccuTrack Radar for the most accurate forecasts. Stay safe all winter with the Channel 7 Eyewitness News AccuWeather team.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it here. So what are you waiting for? Just go to the site.
This Valentine's Day, ABC7 wants to celebrate you and your sweetheart. Share your pics with the hashtag ABC7NY, and you might see your love on TV.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. The major storm moving through the Midwest and Northeast right now. It's hit the whole nation from Maine to California. 31 states under snow, ice, flood, and cold alerts right now. Flights already canceled. Schools shut down from the west to the northeast. The new alert for your morning commute. Ginger with the latest on the timing and the track.
GMA investigates the claims that the test, sometimes advertised as the radiation-free alternative to mammography, offered at hundreds of locations across the country. Could using this test without a mammogram put your health at risk? Sarah Ferguson's open letter taking aim at social media, calling it a sewer, as the palace battles online abuse against Kate and Meghan, and as Meghan and Harry get ready to welcome their baby, how George Clooney is defending the Duchess this morning.
Is it this romantic? Miley Cyrus steps in for sick husband Liam Hemsworth after he was stuck in the hospital. What she's revealing now about his condition. And are you ready for K-pop supergroup Blackpink? Up Times Square in their American morning TV debut live. Are you ready? And they're here to say,
Good morning, America.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
Good morning, America. Thanks for being with us this Tuesday morning. You just saw that Jumbotron up there in Times Square when Blackpink came on. They went nuts.
Yeah, many of these super fans have been outside braving the weather all night long for this moment to see those ladies live, and we've got them taking selfies with some very excited fans. They're going to be performing one of their biggest hits live coming up in just a bit.
Cannot wait for that, but first we do have a lot of headlines to get to this morning. We're going to start with 2 winter storms moving across the country. More than 110 million people are on alert. Schools are closed, and more than 1,000 flights have been canceled. Ginger is back with the latest. Good morning again, Ginger.
Hey, good morning to you, Michael. You have to see these images out of Chicago overnight. That's the Art Institute of Chicago, those famous lions and the ice just hanging off of everything. Fortunately, Alex Perez, who's there on the ground for us, says that they treated the roads very well, so things are running smoothly, which they weren't. Obviously, in Iowa, when you had the snow and ice come in there. Black Hawk County, fortunately, both the police officer and the person in that car are okay, but it's not okay when the snow moves east and we've got a morning commute. And that's what's happening this morning. Philadelphia had some early snow, and that's going to be the case. I want you to really pay attention because it's all coming from this warm front. Even when you start with snow, it'll transition to ice. It'll get crusty. It'll be ugly on roads, right? Especially here in the East Coast if you are north and west of the coast. So by 5 p.m., New York City starts to transition to rain. Then it's going to rain on top of whatever frozen precipitation already came through. Even Boston, that starts as snow, becomes rain after midnight. So a lot of us are going to see this, but it's going to be very messy before the rain takes care of it on the backside of it. Albany, maybe Worcester, that's where you're going to see some frozen precipitation starting to stick. George.
All over the East. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. Now to that breaking news overnight. Republicans and Democrats have struck a possible deal to avoid another shutdown, but without full funding for a border wall. Question now, will the president sign it? I want to go back to our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce on Capitol Hill. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, we know that bipartisan negotiators here are optimistic that they have a deal to prevent another shutdown. But this morning, we still don't know if the president is on board. Overnight, just as this deal was being announced here on the Hill, the president was down at a rally in El Paso outlining his case for the border wall. And he said that they're making progress here, but he insists that, quote, the wall is being built. But, George, this deal does not give the president the funding that he's been insisting on all along. Instead, it provides just $1.37 billion for fencing and other physical barriers. That would allow for 55 miles of new structure, but that's a fraction of the 200 miles that the president has been insisting on. And in exchange, Democrats have dropped their demand for a limit on the number of detention beds. Instead, they've agreed to funding for over 40,000 beds. That's a 17% decrease from the current levels. But, George, we are already hearing from some on the far right who say this deal does not cut it. They say it's a failure, and they are urging the president to take executive action.
Okay, Mary Bruce, thanks very much, Amy.
All right, George, now to an alarming new report about teens and tobacco. Researchers have found a huge jump in tobacco use by teens after years of decline. In 2018, more than 4.9 million middle and high school students used tobacco products. That's a jump of 1.3 million in just 1 year. According to the CDC, e-cigarettes are a major factor in the rise. The other top tobacco products for teens are cigarettes, cigars, and smokeless tobacco. The nicotine in tobacco can have serious effects on teens, including learning, memory, and attention issues, as well as priming their brains for addiction. It is so alarming that that's happened in just 1 year.
Real wake-up call right there. Coming up here, the palace battles online abuse against Kate and Meghan. Now we have Sarah Ferguson's open letter taking aim at social media.
And one of the Bachelor Nation's most famous couples, Ashley and Jared, they are here live. Who do they think Colt will pick? Plus, what will they reveal about their own big day, which is just months away? And Lara is upstairs. Hey, Lara.
K-pop sensation Blackpink is here live, hanging with some super fans right now, just minutes away from performing their smash hit song live right here on GMA. Let's see that report.
Now, we're bringing you all the ways to get what you need. Target run and done.
Gentle means everything, so we improved everything. We used 50% fewer ingredients, added one-handed pumps, and beat the top safety standards. The new Johnson's. Choose gentle.
I can feel your judgment, and I am fine with it. I will not apologize for doing what needed to be done. It has been my honor to be your servant.
Rated R.
Remember that degree you got in taxation? Of course you don't.
Because you didn't. Your job isn't doing hard work. It's making them do hard work and getting paid for it.
Snap and sort your expenses to save over $4,600 at tax time. QuickBooks, backing you.
For mild to moderate eczema, there's Eucrisa. It's steroid-free. Do not use if you are allergic to Eucrisa or its ingredients. Allergic reactions may occur at or near the application site. The most common side effect is application site pain. Ask your doctor about Eucrisa.
You got the feeling that I want to feel. It's in the way you talk. It's in the way you touch.
Do you believe in romance? Romance, the fragrance by Ralph Lauren.
At Safe Flight Auto Glass, we know that when you're spending time with the grandkids, every minute counts. And you don't have time for a cracked windshield. That's why we show you exactly when we'll be there, saving you time so you can keep saving the world.
I can do more to lower my A1C.
Because my body can still make its own insulin.
And I take Trulicity once a week to activate my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Trulicity is not insulin. It starts acting in my body from the first dose and continues to work when I need it, 24/7.
Trulicity is an injection to improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes when used with diet and exercise. Don't use it as the first medicine to treat diabetes or if you have type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, you're allergic to Trulicity, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of a serious allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and decreased appetite. These can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
I choose once weekly Trulicity to activate my within.
If you need help lowering your A1C, ask your doctor about once weekly Trulicity.
Well, the squirrels are back in the attic.
Mom?
Your dad won't call an exterminator.
Can I call you back, Mom?
He says it's personal this time.
If you're a mom, you call at the worst time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Where are you? It's very loud there. Are you taking a Zumba class?
Sight and Sound Theaters presents the greatest rescue story of all time.
Who exactly is he?
He's a miracle worker, a healer, a prophet. This Jesus is a rebel.
Seen by nearly 1 million people in its debut year, the original stage production is returning for one last encore season.
He is alive in us, and he can live in you too.
Jesus, live on stage at Sight and Sound Theaters.
Are you guys ready for Blackpink? Tomorrow, Tim Tebow's going to be here live, but now it is time for pop music.
It is. Good morning to you all and to you guys. We begin with Miley Cyrus stepping up for her man when a trip to the hospital forced Liam Hemsworth to miss the premiere of his new movie, Isn't It Romantic? His adoring wife was right there for him, representing on the pink carpet, stunning in that red Valentino gown alongside Rebel Wilson. Liam writing about his sick day, quote, "Lucky I have the best girl in the world to represent for me. Thanks for the support, babe. I hope everyone enjoys this movie." So it turns out People magazine is reporting that the actor is suffering from kidney stones. We wish you the best. That is not fun. And Miley posting about her man. It's hard for entertainers to put themselves before the project, but this time it was crucial. And we wish
teamwork.
him. Yes.
That's real teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Speedy recovery.
Indeed. He was just here. What a nice man.
Yeah.
Also in the news this morning, it's not a catch-22 for George Clooney, but that is the name of his new series. The movie star back on TV for the first time since ER with the new Hulu drama Catch-22. There he is in the first trailer for the limited series based on the classic 1961 novel. Clooney stars, directs, and executive produces the six-parter. He says he doesn't care about the medium anymore. TV's doing great things, and he obviously wants to be a part of it. Catch-22 premieres May 17th on Hulu. And Eddie Murphy is coming to America again. The comedy legend who starred in the 1988 movie about a charming African prince who travels to New York to escape an arranged marriage is coming back in this untitled sequel. The script being written by Blackish creator Kenya Barris, so that feels pretty darn good to me.
Yep.
Murphy will star and co-produce. The original, as you guys might remember, also starred Arsenio Hall and James Earl Jones. That grossed nearly $300 million worldwide. No word yet on co-stars this time around, but this Coming to America sequel is coming to theaters in summer of 2020. And finally, batter up, Garth Brooks. The country music legend is back on the field, this time joining his childhood favorites, the Pittsburgh Pirates, for spring training. This is the 4th training trip for Garth, having spent a week in years past with the Padres, the Mets, and the Kansas City Royals. Brooks is hitting the field again to mark the 20th anniversary of the Garth Brooks Teammates for Kids Foundation, which pairs children with professional athletes. And don't look for Garth to quit his day job. He says he doesn't have great fielding, speed, or batting skills. The only reason they let him on the field is because he's famous. And doing great things for kids. So far, his charity has raised over $100 million.
Excellent. Thank you, Lara. Now to our GMA cover story. It's on the Royals. As Kate and Meghan become targets of a toxic social media culture, the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, is weighing in, comparing the online baiting to what the media did with her and Princess Diana. Ariel Reshef is here with the story. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you guys. Good morning, everyone. Fergie says the glare of the royal spotlight can have its virtues, but it can also have its dark side, especially in the age of social media. The Duchess of York now calling out vicious online attacks and drawing parallels to her own experience.
Sarah Ferguson opening up in a candid letter in Hello magazine, taking aim at what she calls the sewer of social media. In what many royal watchers see as a not-so-veiled reference to a media-driven divide between Duchess Meghan and Duchess Kate. Fergie writing, women in particular are constantly pitted against and compared with each other in a way that reminds me of how people tried to portray Diana and me all the time as rivals, which is something neither of us ever really felt.
She absolutely is referring to the treatment of Meghan and Kate. Certainly there are parallels between the relationship that Kate and Meghan have and Diana and Fergie had.
The pointed essay by the Duchess of York, an endorsement of the Hello to Kindness campaign, an effort to quell toxic online bullying, something Fergie says can take a lasting toll. This isn't about freedom of speech. The truth is, it's not acceptable to post abuse or threats on social media or news sites, she writes, adding, it's not acceptable to troll other people viciously online. Fergie, not the only one condemning the harsh scrutiny. Duchess Meghan's good friend George Clooney with this ominous warning at a press panel in Australia. She's a woman who is 7 months pregnant, and she has been pursued and vilified and chased in the same way Diana was, and it's history repeating itself. We've seen how that ends. In recent months, social media swirling with hateful comments, fanning an alleged feud between the royal sisters-in-law.
It's safe to say that when the Duchess of York and the Princess of Wales were around, social media didn't exist, and this was always being played out in the newspapers. Nowadays, we're seeing something very similar online with their fans pitted against each other.
Fergie ending her commentary with a call for compassion. Let's all try to think before we post. Let's all try to treat each other a little more gently.
And royal watchers say the bullying of Meghan and Kate has become so toxic that Kensington Palace, which controls their social media, has actually been forced to delete some of the comments. And now that Fergie is no longer a senior royal, she's free to have her own Instagram, her own Twitter, and it seems like she's stepping up to the plate and really standing in for these girls.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it is great. She says, think before you post. It means something.
Makes a lot of sense, Ariel. Thanks very much. Let's go to Ginger.
And it's time, George, for a GMA moment that I can't wait to share with all of you. This one actually comes to us from Richmond, Texas. We all have somebody in our life that loves shoes, right? A lot of women love shoes, and sometimes that starts at a really young age.
You like the glitter? How about these gladiator sandals? Yeah. See these? Hey, well, what about... Let's see. What do you
Last
think
one.
this? Like shoes just in general?
It doesn't matter what shoe you pulled out of there. 15-month-old Mackenzie is already a shoe fiend. So I think she's got some great things ahead of her, right? She knows fashion. Thank you so much for sending your GMA moment. Go to my Facebook page. Just post yours right on there. Let's go ahead and get a check a little closer to home.
Hey, Ginger, we have first flakes flying across parts of Staten Island right now and over toward Newark. Some steadier snow across central New Jersey. It will only get steadier as we head throughout the next few hours. 29 right now in the city. Teens north of the city up into parts of the Hudson Valley. And we're expected to remain below freezing right into the early part of the afternoon. So it's snow right through midday, creating some slick travel out there on roads and sidewalks, changing over to some freezing rain and sleet early afternoon, and then to rainfall city and coast by late today, but not before 1 to 3 inches, 3 to 6 north and west at 287.
And now to a GMA investigation. This morning, we're looking at something so critical for women, breast cancer screening. The mammogram is the most widely known test. So when we heard about another screening method that some say can find the precursors to breast cancer, we took a closer look. ABC's Kira Phillips is here with what she found, and it was quite a lot, Kira.
Sure was, and we're talking about thermography here, Amy. These particular brochures advertise it as a painless infrared screening test, an alternative to mammography, and more efficient at detecting precursors to cancer. But as our investigation uncovered, taking these claims at face value could put your health at risk.
Please check us out.
The pitch sounds so promising.
We'll pick up tumors 8 to 10 years prior to mammograms.
Thermography, an infrared screening test available at more than 700 locations across the U.S., sometimes advertised as a radiation-free screening for identifying precursors to breast cancer.
Thermography, the new mammography.
But if you hear that and think it's a replacement for a mammogram, it isn't. Some practitioners say they make it clear it's not a standalone test. But Morgan Delane says she didn't notice that in the fine print.
They said they can detect disease maybe in advance before it even happens.
After finding a lump in her breast in 2012, Morgan says she was in denial and hoping to deal with it naturally. So she went here to Total Thermal Imaging Wellness Center, just outside San Diego, operated by Dr. Gregory Melvin, a chiropractor.
He said, "Are you sure you have a lump?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I don't see anything."
Her baseline test indicated she had what they called a mild to moderate risk of developing aggressive tissue. Dr. Melvin recommended exercises, a cleanse, and that she come back in 3 months for a comparative scan, his protocol for new patients. Morgan returned 4 months later. Her symptoms had become dramatically worse. She refused another set of scans.
I just said, "I'm such a fool. Why did I even come here?"
Unemployed and uninsured, Morgan says it took several months to get in for a mammogram and biopsy. Her diagnosis? Stage 3 breast cancer.
How'd you get through? I think I'm just stronger than I thought I was.
According to the FDA, thermography has not been shown to be effective as a standalone test for breast cancer screening and is only cleared for use alongside a primary test like mammography.
The Total Thermal Imaging brochure states that thermography, quote, is an alternative to mammography and is far more efficient at detecting cancer.
I don't know anyone who I consider a credible resource who would suggest that thermography, in the absence of another breast cancer detection test, is adequate.
Melvin and his partner, Linda Hayes, agreed to sit down with us.
Do you have research that shows that thermography saves lives?
Only in conjunction where they were using mammograms with thermography.
Linda, you told our producers that nobody needs a mammogram.
I would never say, because people are very, very adamant about mammograms. And it's something I'm just not going to say.
But this is Linda Hayes at a business expo talking with GMA Investigates and a producer from our LA station, KABC.
Do I need to get a mammogram if I do this? Nobody needs a mammogram. Even if you never did this, you don't need a mammogram.
Yeah, that's her feeling for her.
I went in for a thermal scan at a clinic in New York, recording it with undercover cameras. All images sent to Dr. Melvin for reading. When I received my baseline results,
A mild to moderate risk of developing aggressive tissue.
They read almost identically to Morgan's, but I went in for a mammogram afterwards, and thankfully, it was normal.
Do you remember your patient, Morgan Sloan?
No.
No.
We show them Morgan's thermal report from 2012.
There are significant thermal findings in the report.
If you were definitely alarmed, why wait?
We need a 3-month recall to understand it.
Dr. Melvin later told ABC Morgan didn't follow his recommendations and pointed out this line on the intake form. The report will not tell me whether I have an illness, disease, or other condition. We also asked about those cancer detecting statements in the brochure. They told us they have now changed it.
Well, nice.
As for Morgan, she is now cancer-free. And her advice for anyone who discovers a lump?
Go get a biopsy. It's the only way.
A biopsy being just one of the medically accepted and proven methods to examine a lump. When it comes to breast cancer screening, the gold standard is the mammogram. Hundreds of thousands of women have been involved in research trials showing that test is the most effective early detection method. Thermography just doesn't have that kind of scientific backing.
That's right. And early detection saves lives. And I think most people know that a mammogram saved my life right here in Times Square on Good Morning America. I had my first mammogram at 40, and it led to a stage 2 breast cancer diagnosis, and I, had no other symptoms. What are the current guidelines for women and mammography?
Right now they say 45, but it's interesting that you tell me you had it at 40 because women should talk to their doctor.
Yes.
Maybe they need one sooner.
Yes.
I was watching you watch this piece, and your
my
face
blood was boiling when she said no one needs a mammogram. I needed a mammogram.
And it saved your life.
Exactly.
Yes.
And women need to have the option and the information, the correct information about how to handle their own health. And you say it's important that they listen to their bodies.
Right, and you did. I mean, you were surprised what you found, but then you knew what you had to do. Right. A lot of women, they know something is wrong. Like Morgan knew something was wrong. Go to your primary doctor or your OBGYN and talk to your doctor, bottom line. Right. And go with what's scientifically proven at this point.
And look, I know no one wants to have any unnecessary tests, but these are necessary. It is the most effective way to detect breast cancer, and many times we are symptomless. And it doesn't mean that we're cancer-free or that we're healthy. We have to have these very important tests available to women. Anyone who tells you that you don't need one, you probably ought to get a second opinion.
You're my biggest advocate. I knew you would love this story. I knew you would appreciate this story.
And women everywhere should appreciate the story. Thank you for what you did, Kira. And in fact, if you'd like to learn more about your investigation, you're going to have a lot more tonight on Nightline. So thank you again on behalf of all women who are in need of mammograms. By the way, you also have a podcast, you're a busy woman, on the Mueller investigation if people would like to listen to that.
How's this for a segue?
Yeah, there you go. Segue right into politics.
Now, when you're not watching George Stephanopoulos on This Week, our expert, okay? Yes, thank you very much. Download our podcast, The Investigation, and we are going to discuss the Mueller report. We have key newsmakers on the show. We break it down, our whole investigative team, what you need to know about the Mueller investigation.
Thank you, Kira. We'll be right back.
If you're the world's top dog and you just won Best in Show, what are you going to do next? You go live to GMA tomorrow, of course. Plus, Tim Tebow's here. Then Friday, it's Avril Lavigne live, only on
Good Morning America. There's new royalty in daytime TV.
That's right, baby.
You're not a king.
If I'm not a king, explain this.
This afternoon, look who's hanging out. It's Chris Pratt.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. And he's talking.
I could tell you so much.
Plus, this week, Kelsey Grammer and Blackpink.
Yes.
On Strahan and Sarah.
We got it all.
Lunchtime at 1 Eastern, 12 Central, and Pacific on ABC.
There are an infinite number of ways to explain how a man can come to the point where he destroys human life.
He was the perfect young man.
The ladies loved him.
Who was Ted Bundy?
I never wanted to think people were born evil. That changed when I met Ted.
I'm here with Mr. Ted Bundy. You've been involved in how many homicides? We came up with 30.
What drove the most notorious of serial killers? Bundy, the 2020 event. Friday night at 9, 8 Central.
Today is the most dangerous day of our year.
Valentine's Day soup.
Officer Nolan saved my life this morning. Maybe you can stop by and check in on me.
The Rookie, only tonight on ABC.
Watch the Oscars live Sunday, February 24th, only on ABC.
This is a Channel 7 Eyewitness News Brief.
Good morning. It's 8:27. It's Tuesday, February 12th. I'm Ken Rosado. We're following breaking news in Manhattan. An MTA bus smashed into scaffolding outside a construction site in Chelsea. This is New Citizen app video showing the scene. That bus crashed on West 14th Street off 8th Avenue just a short time ago. So far, no injuries have been reported. We will post updates on this story on our free news app. And we just learned, by the way, that all state offices will be closed in New Jersey due to this winter storm. Meteorologist Jeff Smith with the AccuWeather update.
Yeah, dry air has actually delayed the onset of the snow a little bit, but first flakes now moving into parts of New York City over Staten Island, getting some snowfall in Newark. Winter storm warnings well north and west through early tomorrow morning. It's a winter weather advisory elsewhere, including the city. You see snow overspreading the area right now from southwest to northeast. Temperatures below freezing, well below freezing from the city and points north. And that's a problem because that snow will make roads and sidewalks slick right through the morning and midday hours, changing over to sleet and freezing rain early this afternoon, eventually to rainfall late in New York City, but staying icy north and west. 3 to 6 inches north and west of I-287, 1 to 3 in and around the city. Ken?
Thank you, Jeff. We get a check on the commute with Heather.
All right, and you can see behind me, Ken, we have the BQE northeast, very heavy, getting up into the Brooklyn Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan bound. We did have reports of a disabled vehicle. It looks pretty good to me. Belt Parkway, right near Ocean Parkway, we have delays, and we have an accident on the Belt Parkway westbound side, right near Ocean Parkway. Delays on PATH trains, Hoboken to 33rd, Journal Square to 33rd, and Northeast Corridor trains, about 20 to 30-minute delays into and out of New York Penn Station, and I-95, an accident being cleared. Street cleaning rules are suspended, meter rules in effect. Ken, back to you.
Thank you, Heather. When we come back, we'll check in to see what's coming up on Live with Kelly and Ryan.
Sight and Sound Theaters presents the greatest rescue story of all time.
Who exactly is he?
He's a miracle worker. The original stage production is returning for one last encore season. Jesus, live on stage at Sight and Sound Theater.
To feel like a kid again, just add water. Kalahari Resorts and Conventions in the Pocono Mountains. Explore, dine, relax, and splash at America's largest indoor water park. Plan your next getaway at KalahariResorts.com.
8:29, here's Ryan Seacrest with what's coming up on Live. Good morning, Ryan.
Well, Ken, you have us scared to death about this weather coming, so we've brought everybody inside. We don't see anything falling from the sky yet.
It'll definitely be snowing.
But momentarily, something's going to happen, right? In the meantime, Craig Ferguson is here, also from Russian Doll, Natasha Leone, and you folks are so quiet, you're going to hear my stomach growl. I'm hungry. You feel free to act natural. All coming up in just a few minutes, Ken. Kelly and I will see you then, my friend.
And the snow should be starting just about then.
That's what I keep hearing. Any second now.
It'll be here. Jeff says so. Thank you, sir. Stick around for Live with Kelly and Ryan. That's coming up in a half hour. In the meantime, more of Good Morning America next right here on Channel 7. Have a great day.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Welcome back to GMA, everybody. And we've got a great audience here with us this morning. Thank you guys for joining us. And we have one of Bachelor Nation's top couples joining us as well, Ashley Iconetti and Jared Haben. And they're going to give us their take on Colton's journey for love. And that's going to come up in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at last night's drama. The Bachelor and his suitors traveling to Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Where Colton spent a long time with Kirpa and Hannah B.
You look like a sushi roll.
I would definitely eat that sushi roll.
I would prefer everyone who went on a 1-1 at this point not to come back.
Leaving the remaining girls to fight it out in a group date setting.
It wouldn't be a group date if someone wasn't bleeding or crying by the end of it. Stop!
Later, Demi fighting for a long time with a grand gesture.
Hopefully, after tonight, Colton won't be the virgin anymore.
I don't know right now if I can see myself with you at the end of this.
In the end, Sydney, Demi, and Katie all leaving without roses, but giving ominous warnings to the Bachelor as they went.
There's certain girls here who seem like a safe choice, so you're not going to end up happy in the long run.
Don't be distracted by shiny things.
And you know who's ready in there. And there's some that aren't. Just be smart about those girls.
Leading Colton to question some of the contestants' motives as he heads into next week.
Am I missing something?
Oh, there's a lot to digest right there. I tell you right now. Ashley and Jared, thank you guys for joining me. You both know how all this works, and I gotta say, Ashley, we saw that was an explosive episode last night. But we're just 1 week away from the hometowns.
I know.
Who do you think he is going to take, who he's going to propose to?
I think that it comes down to Cassie and Hannah G. Hannah G had her first one-on-one last night, and it was steamy. I actually don't think we've seen a one-on-one that physical before.
Well, he said he wanted to eat her if she was a sushi roll.
Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty physical.
You said it, I didn't.
Yeah.
I keep my job. Thank goodness you said it. But you know, Demi was the front runner. So were you surprised to see her kind of go home so late in the game?
Demi was a fan favorite, not a front runner, I would say.
But doesn't that play into you? But you don't think that plays into anything, being a fan favorite?
No, I think it has to do with Colton's favorite.
Yeah, especially now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I mean, 5 girls went home last night. That's crazy. 5.
And you know, one of the big storylines of this season has been Colton's virginity. And I know when you went through Bachelor in Paradise, you were open about your choice to be a virgin. So is it tough for him? Because we saw that was steamy, what he said, and the whole episode yesterday. Is this a tough process for him?
I think it was probably tougher for him when he first came out about it back on Becca's season, Bachelor in Paradise. It was talked about a lot. I think he's probably just annoyed that it's been talked about and focused on so much because there's more to him than that. But now I think it's appropriate to start talking about it now that they're going into Fantasy Week in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But you know, this whole thing worked out for you two. You guys are getting married in 6 months.
So we did.
Congratulations. But when you've been around the Bachelor as long as you guys have, there's so many people you meet. How do you keep your guest list in check?
Well, it's pretty difficult. So we're inviting a lot of friends from the Bachelor family, both in front of camera and behind the camera. And obviously our friends and family are coming, so we're trying to keep it under 200 right now. That's our goal. But it's a little difficult. We go back and forth on the guest list, who's coming, who's not. So I'm sure some people will be offended. We hope not. But we're trying to invite as many people as we possibly can. Yeah. So open invite if you want to come.
Okay. Oh, you are so invited.
One of them, kick somebody else out. I'll be there. And one thing I love about you guys, you wrote a book.
We did.
We did, yes.
But about dogs. And
Yes.
And I love it. I have my dog, which I love as well. But is this book kind of based on your love story, too?
Yeah.
Yes. So we wrote a book. It's called Lucy and Clark, A Story of Puppy Love, and it's loosely based on our love story. It's a story of... Thank you. Well, we always joked about writing a book about our love story, but we said, well, it has to be in children's form because we're really 12 years old at heart, and it should be about our dogs because we love them so much. And then we thought about that, and we were like, wow, that's actually not the worst idea we've heard. And so it's a story about overcoming your fears and the magic that can happen when you step outside your comfort zone, which is things that I needed to do in order for us to be together. And so we're releasing it right now, actually, and it's available. And it's available online at lucyandclarkbook.com.
All right, that's mine. Don't tell us. That's mine. We're going to put that right there, man. But you guys have been around the Bachelor Nation so long that you have a lot more insight. You know a lot more than we do. I want to put you guys to a little test.
Okay.
All right, we're going to play a little game. We are calling this Bachelor Nation Tabulation. That's right. Each take a side. I'm going to ask a question. Whoever hits the buzzer first will get a chance to answer. If you answer correctly, you get a point. And the winner gets the golden rose. Yeah, that's right. And, you know, you're a Giants fan. You're a Patriots fan, so you know who I think is going to win. Here we go. Question number 1. Which quote is not from The Bachelor or The Bachelorette? This helicopter ride helped us overcome our fears and fall in love. You had me at hello.
Sorry.
You had me at hello, but we have to tie on that because that's our favorite movie.
Okay.
I
won. It's a tie, half a point each. Don't get excited. But no. Okay, yeah. Well, no. Well, okay, whatever. I think I was wrong on that one. What is the name of the Bachelor who got to hold the title not once but twice?
Brad Womack.
You got it. There we go.
I would have said Brad. I didn't know his last name.
All right, what gift did Becca Kufrin give Jordan Kimball?
What? Jordan, it's got to be.
Okay, what do you got?
A headshot? Like a modeling headshot?
No, it was some gold lame shorts.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the gold shorts.
Okay, here we go. Which hasn't been listed as a profession by a contestant? Which hasn't been listed? A sloth, dog mother, or chicken enthusiast?
Dog mother.
Dog mother, you're right. Okay, we got a tie. Here's the tiebreaker.
Oh, goodness.
True or false? The show gives contestants makeovers. You're 50-50.
False.
False. You got it right.
Oh, no. Wait a second.
Oh, no.
I'd say true.
Okay, so I'm going to do, you get the golden rose, but if you're a smart man, you know what to do with that, right?
It's all yours, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. The book, Lucy and Clark, is available online now. The hit store is late March. And everybody in our audience, we're all getting a book. You're all going home with a copy today. And you can see it all new Bachelor next Monday at 8, 7 Central, right here on ABC. Thank you both for joining me. Really appreciate you guys. And coming up, one of those Blackpink fans is about to get a golden ticket.
A game-changing To Kill a Mockingbird, genuinely radical and pulsing with relevance. Majestic and incandescent, this Mockingbird is filled with breath and nuance and soul. 5 stars, all rise for Mockingbird. Unforgettable and unmissable. Mockingbird is majestically triumphant. It virtually leaps across the footlights. A Mockingbird for our moment. Beautiful, elegiac, even exhilarating. A New York Times critic's pick. Jeff Daniels is Atticus Finch in Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. A new play by Aaron Sorkin.
Look at that lucky dude over there installing Altice fiber. His work actually serves a purpose.
What do you mean?
Well, their network is faster, has no bulky equipment, and is wired right into your home.
But I thought we worked for the best network.
No.
I told my son, Daddy works for the best. Aren't you proud of Daddy?
What'd he say?
Oh, he's a newborn, so he just spittled a little and fell back asleep.
I'm going to the van.
Deep within Key Largo, you'll see things that may surprise you. From the unspoiled wilderness of the Florida Everglades to the tranquility of John Pannekamp State Park, look below the surface and you'll find more depth in Key Largo in the Florida Keys.
There's no better two than the two of us.
I think you're forgetting about Dunkin' Go-To.
Dunkin' Go-To's. A great deal for $2, $4, or $5. America runs on Dunkin'.
At last, a damn good, really, really funny, joyous, big-hearted, razzle-dazzle, perfect original Broadway musical. The New York Times raised, it makes you believe in musical comedy again. The Crown. Get tickets now.
New tonight. It's a Valentine's Day for all ages.
Son Bunny loves you. Leap forward. The way she's holding that carrot.
With a housewife mommy-daughter day.
I want to be friends. You hit me up for a kidney.
Love is blooming on kids.
Puberty? I don't want any puberty. It's all perfectly natural and disgusting.
A night out for Blackish.
He's letting her drive on the date.
Oh, no. What's next? Is he going to let her vote?
And a splitting up romantic dinner.
Wow, that looks
yummers. For 3. New tonight on ABC.
Superfans, they've been waiting for hours to get just a glimpse of the band this morning. They are getting their shot right now, going head-to-head in a game of Blackpink trivia for the chance to win this. A front row seat to the performance that's about to happen. So are you ready?
Yes.
Everybody, if you know the answer, hit your buzzer. The one with the most is getting the big old ticket. Question number 1. What is the name of Blackpink's first single? Pink. Square one.
Oh, you said the album.
Square one, my friend.
Okay.
That's all right. You have another chance. Question 2. How do you spell Blackpink's hit single, Orange?
D-U-D-U-D-U-D.
I am sorry, Orange. Who else might know it? Raise your hand. Pink on the end.
Okay. D-D-U, D-D-U, D-D-U.
No, but you're all winners on that one. Guys, come on, you're super fans. Let's go here. The third question, which I guess will decide who is getting this golden ticket, is this. Are you ready? What is the name of the Blackpink fandom. Pink!
Blink.
The Blinks! Now listen, Pink. Just because you're wearing the color, yes, you are going in. But this is a big ticket.
Okay.
Big enough for all 5 of them.
Pretty exciting to watch. Love that. And then a bunch of blinks behind me are saying, oh, I wish that was me. So cool to see everybody go in like that. And obviously starting to see the snow fly here in Manhattan. But I wanted to share with you one video that was just too funny. This is Sophie in Overland Park, Kansas. She's trying to go to her sweetheart dance. Yeah, she's slipping and sliding. The poor thing can't get to the truck to get to the dance. They've had so much ice and all over the Midwest. Her mom's laughing a little, but don't worry, they helped her. She's okay. We loved that video, and we love that the blinks are inside, especially because we have this to show you. Look at milder air on the way after we get this storm out of here. We're going to go to the 50s by Friday here in New York City. Anybody excited about that? No? Oh, okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get a check a little closer to home.
Ginger, as you said, first flakes flying right now in New York City. Snow rapidly overspreading the area from southwest to northeast. We get 1 to 3 inches before an eventual change over to sleet and freezing rain this afternoon. Eventually rainfall in the city, 3 to 6 inches with more icing north and west at 287.
Weather has been sponsored by Trulicity. You see what I did there? I had the black and the pink. You got that? Yeah. All right, Amy, let's get up to you.
You have the black and the pink, but I have Blackpink here. Their U.S. morning TV debut. Their songs have billions with a B of views online, and their fans are loyal enough to spend all night long in the cold waiting for a chance just to see them. They're going to perform live in just a moment. Don't worry. But first, I want to welcome Jenny, Rose, Lisa, and Jisoo. Thanks for being with us. It's got to be pretty overwhelming here. First of all, welcome to New York. You've never been to New York before, right? What do you think of Times Square?
It's amazing. We were staying right next to it, and we were just excited to be here and see everyone. And it's beautiful. Yeah, we love it.
And you got the snow out here and everything, all for you. Yeah. So your fans are called the Blinks, and we have some Blinks here.
They are so sweet.
Tell me why they're called Blinks.
So it was actually like a shortened version of like our name as well, like Blackpink.
And then, like, the Blinks.
So,
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, someone just had a birthday. Who is that?
Yes, that's me.
The birthday girl right here.
How did you celebrate?
Thank you so much. So after work last night, we just had like dinner, the 4 of us. It was at a really nice Italian restaurant, and yeah.
Oh, very cool. And like, oh, there it is. Beautiful. I love seeing you all together. And you had a big announcement, too, last night. You dropped some big news. A North American tour. Tell us about it.
Yes. It's happening, and we're starting in April. And we're very, very excited for it. And yes, I mean, it's finally happening.
It's amazing because, I mean, you have so many fans here, and this is the first time you've been to New York, and you're bringing your incredible band to America. Why do you think it's time? Why is the U.S. ready for Blackpink?
So we recently got invited to perform at Coachella, which was unbelievable, and we're really, really excited. I guess we thought that it would just be the right timing to kick off our U.S. tour, and yeah.
I think it's a good decision. I think it's the right time. I think everyone here is ready for some more of Blackpink, but we're also ready for a little Sarah Haynes. Where is she? Sarah! So much is happening this afternoon, and you've got a lot going on.
Yeah, well, we get more of Blackpink, but we also have Deals and Steals and How to Get Away with Murder star Matt McGorry. And we had a blast catching up with the one and only Chris Pratt, all about his engagement, Lego Movie 2. And we had a bubblegum shrimp talent competition. I mean, the show is only an hour long, but we got a lot in there.
All right, we're very excited about that. And we're also excited because guess what? Blackpink is performing live next.
or shovel. You know just what you need with the Eyewitness News AccuWeather winter forecast. Still very cold. Lee Goldberg's, Jeff Smith, and Amy Freeze use AccuTrack radar for the most accurate forecasts. Stay safe all winter with the Channel 7 Eyewitness News AccuWeather team.
Find your tickets at DearEvanHansen.com.
Another bad grade? I miss low grades. And the square root of her biggest problem. I studied all week. I miss poor study skills. I stress beyond her comprehension.
We can't keep having this conversation.
It's not like I want to fail.
When low grades follow you home, Huntington can help. Huntington Learning Center helps students of all ages build the skills, confidence, and motivation to improve grades and test scores through personalized attention and proven results. Keep low grades out. Call 1-800-CAN-LEARN now.
I know a place across the sea, a paradise for you and me. 1, 2, 3.
Music has always been a huge part of my life. At the GMA Foundation, we believe every child should have the access and opportunity to participate in quality music programs. Music education isn't just important if you're going to make it your career. Music is transformative, and I want to ensure that it is never silenced. Learn more at itstartswithme.org.
Next live, Craig Ferguson plus Natasha Lyonne.
Just minutes away.
Right here on Channel 7.
To be with Blackpink. Their song "Do Do To Do" has nearly 660 million views on YouTube. Pretty good, right? So right now, they're performing it live for the first time ever on U.S. television. Everyone, here is Blackpink.
상태도 동열이 몸에 섞여진 버리면 더 better 거침없이 튀고지 보진 않지는지 black하면 pink 우린 예쁘지 않아 steady 원해도 대놓고 뺐지 원해도 colorful baby 수선이 가득한 fat chicks 궁금하면 never fact check 눈높인 꼭대기 물 만나 물고기 좀 촉해는 toxic 유혹해 I'm back 두번 생각해
It's an American tradition. The President's Day sale at Raymore and Flanagan. Come celebrate while everything is on sale. Save 25% on this comfy sectional, 20% on this classic queen bed. Get a free adjustable base with select mattress sets. Plus, enjoy no interest for 72 months. And the freedom of 7-day delivery. Find it, feel it, furnish it fast. The President's Day sale at Raymore and Flanagan.
Broadway's best musical is Dear Evan Hansen. Find your tickets at dearevanhansen.com.
At St. Francis, our mission in life is life. Saving it, extending it, enriching it. Whether it's restoring a heart's rhythm, replacing a valve minimally invasively, or using OCT precision angioplasty, the most precise imaging tool ever, we add years to your life and life to your years. The #1 heart hospital on Long Island 12 years in a row. St. Francis, a member of Catholic Health Services of Long Island.
What if you could find food so simple you could pronounce all the ingredients? That's the idea behind ShopRite's new Wholesome Pantry. It's free from 110 artificial ingredients, including artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives. And our new Wholesome Pantry organic products are 100% USDA certified organic. It doesn't get simpler than that. So look for our new Wholesome Pantry and Wholesome Pantry organic brands only from ShopRite. It's so simple, the main ingredient is, well, food.
The Cher Show. From Sunny to superstardom. Every Cher you've ever loved in one fabulous new musical. The Cher Show, now on Broadway. Get tickets at thechershowbroadway.com.
If you're the world's top dog and you just won Best in Show, what are you going to do next? You go live to GMA tomorrow, of course. Plus, Tim Tebow's here. Then Friday, it's Avril Lavigne live, only on Good Morning America.
Good Morning America is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
How about a big thanks for Blackpink?
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
This afternoon on Strahan and Sarah, look who's hanging out. It's Chris Pratt.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. And he's talking.
I could tell you so much.
Plus, this week, Kelsey Grammer and Blackpink. Strahan and Sarah.
We got it all.
Lunchtime on ABC.
You sing like an angel.
You opened your mouth and blew us away.
We're going to Hollywood.
American Idol. A new journey begins Sunday, March 3rd on ABC.
This is a Channel 7 Eyewitness News Brief.
Good morning. It's 8:56 this Tuesday, February 12th. I'm Ken Rosado. We have an AccuWeather alert in effect as a winter storm begins to hit our area. Steady sleet is falling right down parts of New Jersey. South Brunswick police tweeted out this new video. Police say the road conditions are expected to get worse over the next few hours. Governor Murphy will give an update on the storm at 11 a.m. and we will stream it live at ABC7NY. Speaking of the weather, meteorologist Jeff Smith now with the AccuWeather alert.
Yeah, Ken, that visibility quickly lowering in New York City as well. That temperature 30 degrees, so below freezing. That snow can quickly accumulate on streets and sidewalks. You see it rapidly overspreading the area from southwest to northeast. It'll mix with sleet and freezing rain by early this afternoon, changing over to rain late in New York City and the coast, but icing continuing north and west right into the evening commute. Not before about 1 to 3 inches Falls City, Long Island, down to parts of the Jersey Shore, 3 to 6 inches north and west of I-287. Really rough travel up there, Ken.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Let's check that commute now with Heather.
We have a problem on the west side of town. This is West Street as you go southbound right near 50.
57th Street. An accident happening here. Fire department on the scene. A couple of ambulances there as well. So expect delays as you come onto West Street going southbound. 45 minutes New Jersey Transit into and out of New York Penn Station. Path trains will cross Honor at New York Penn, Hoboken, and 33rd Street. And then whatever camera that was, it looks like that snow is really falling. We have our street cleaning rules suspended. Metered rules are in effect. Ken, over to you.
Heather, thank you. In other news now, an emergency management official now says a pigeon is to blame for an MTA bus crash this morning. The bird got into the bus, causing the driver to lose control and smash into scaffolding near a construction site in Chelsea. The driver was taken to the hospital. The good news in this, that driver is expected to be okay. It is 8:58. That is the news for now. Stick around for Live with Kelly and Ryan. That's coming up next here in Channel 7. And we're always on at abc7ny.com. Have a great day and be careful in that weather.
The double standard. They call her difficult, but he's decisive. She's just supporting. He's the star. But now, she's rewriting the script. Kelly O'Hara and Will Chase star in Kiss Me Kate, the Broadway musical.
Hi, I'm me. And that's me 30 days ago before I switched to Spectrum. With Spectrum TV, I get tons of HD and thousands of titles free on demand. With satellite, I have to have special equipment to watch on demand, plus that dish on my roof.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Call 833-271-8998.
Spectrum Internet delivers speeds of 200 megabits, so I can surf, my wife can stream, and the kids can game. All at once. Our Internet can't keep up with all our devices, so I schedule all of our online time. I get every other Tuesday.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month.
Best of all, Spectrum bought out my old contract, making it easy to switch. Wait, what? Will they do that for me? Yeah, because I'm you, 30 days from now.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Plus, ask how you can save up to 40% on your wireless bill with Spectrum Mobile. Better services at a better price. Call 833-271-8998.
A whole new way to shop. Plus, it is steak night. Next Rachel.
It's Live with Kelly and Ryan. Today, from How to Train Your Dragon, Craig Ferguson. And from the new series Russian Doll, Natasha Lyonne. Plus another edition of The Inbox. All next on Live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest.
Good morning, guys. Thank you. Thank you. We know you're just happy to be inside.
Hi.
It's Tuesday, February 12th, 2019, the middle.
What are you doing here?
Gray.
Didn't you hear?
The weather?
Didn't you hear? There's a storm brewing.
Well, they scared us to death about this. I know it's in 30 states there's bad weather today, but...
My daughter's school was canceled last night. So she was like...
Are you sure?
No, I'm not kidding. I got the phone call from the school. Normally, I would never. And so Mark and I are in bed, okay? And I get a text, can I go to Val's house? It's like 11:30. No. Why? I don't have school tomorrow. I said... it's still a school night for the rest of us.
Right. We still have work.
Yeah.
There's a shot outside. I think the New York City schools, I saw the buses going, so they're still all
There's schools in the city, yeah.
You know, we don't... In the city, we get less of the interesting weather, because I'm always hoping for that beautiful snow. And here we're just going to get snow and ice and rain and just a mess for both rush hours.
We should probably move to a mountain town.
That's what we
should do. Beautiful snow.
Yeah, where are you going this weekend? Upstate.
Where are you going?
He's going to... Where are you going?
New York?
Armenia?
No, not this weekend. I'm going to a wedding there.
You're going
coming
to
up, yeah.
A wedding. All right. Well, take me along. Maybe we'll see some beautiful snow.
Catskills, sure.
Oh, the Catskills.
Look at you. These are big time.
Listen.
So it's snow, sleet, rain here. 100 million in the U.S. under some kind of winter warning, watch, or advisory right now.
People?
100 million people. Yeah. 100 million.
100. It was like 100 million what?
Rabbits. 100 million birds. And snow in Maui as well. Several inches of snow fell in Maui.
I saw that.
Everywhere.
Yes. Can you imagine you're honeymooning? You know what? Right? You leave New York. I'm out of here, everybody.
You put on the cargo shorts.
I'm going on my honeymoon in Maui. And a snowstorm. The effrontery of that moment.
Get out of that marriage fast.
That's right. That's right.
That's a sign to do a 180.
They're saying, though, that there's this thing now, you can go to, like, rooftop spots in cities across the country, like cold weather outdoor spots are all the rage. I've been to California, you know, in August at night, and they turn on so many space heaters for outdoor dining because it dips below 70 that people lose their minds and need to be space heated at all. It's like a city of iguanas, right? Like everybody's like,
yeah,
it's so cold, and we stored the furs for the summer. And I'm thinking, you do know it's warm, right?
One of the greatest hazards is hair product and those heaters.
Yes.
In a restaurant. I've lost my life almost several times.
But have you seen this? These are really cool, like these outdoor yurts.
So it's like a yurt on a rooftop.
Yes,
it looks great.
A rooftop yurt.
So you are in insulation. Inside there.
Well, I think this is warm. Gelman is saying no. Gelman says this warms up on the outside, but I think you can go in there and warm up.
No, you can, but a lot of stuff is outside, too.
A lot of stuff is also outside, yes.
They give you blankets.
Yeah, blankets, Gelman. Good idea.
Space heaters?
No, but do you have outdoor space?
Do I have outdoor space? Does that mean, do I have a deck or a terrace?
Yeah, like do you have space outside in your apartment?
You know, I still haven't moved into my apartment yet.
Yes, I know that because I told you that when he goes, oh, they're renovating my apartment and I'll be in 6 months. And I go, you better multiply that by 6.
Yeah. 2 years for permits and cranes and whatever they have to do, you know, in the city. So I'm in a rental. Right, I don't know what it is, but I'm in, apparently I bought a place that I can't live in. But I've rented something that has an outdoor roof on it. So I can go out and see, you know, the winter weather advisory.
Yeah, how great.
Oh, by the way, speaking
you should get a yurt. Well, you're going to be there another 2.5 years.
Yeah,
so you should definitely get a yurt.
Well, Valentine's Day is coming.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You can get me something. Hey, so speaking of my apartment, are you tapped into my television? Because you have, and I don't know if this is possible or not, but I think Kelly's controlling my Netflix. Because she's...
How did you finally figure it out?
You've hacked into my TV. She said to me, oh, you know, we're always trading ideas for shows. And she said, you've got to watch this scary show.
It's a documentary called Abducted in Plain Sight. Have you all seen this? Yes, you all have. Some of you have not. You refuse to watch it.
It seems frightening.
So scary.
Right, so I was going to pretend that I saw it next time you asked. But because I'm too scared to watch it at night. So when I got home last night, after we literally had just spoken of it, there it was, the first show in the recommended for you section for me.
Because you recommended the Ted Bundy docuseries to me, so I watched that. And by the way, when I went to order Ted Bundy, it popped right up because I had ordered Abducted in Plain